The one girl wanted to know a long time ago about, yeah, it don't matter, man. By the time you get back in the 90s, you know, yeah, pretty much. Tattoos were really big. And I think it's because they started tracing and shit like that. And they would do apprenticeships with people and first teach them how to tattoo meat, trace. You know, they obviously have to have some kind of artistic ability. And piercings. And a lot of the time in the 90s, the piercing people, which is actually a rave thing, but people don't know that. It's more of a rave thing. The piercing people used to get together with the tattoo artists, and sometimes they would make shops. And if you signed up for these shops, they'd give you needles. They'd give you all kinds of needles. And probably regular Victor Van Gogh. They'd give you tattoo needles, ink. You know, they'd even give you little tattoo kits, starter ones, to practice with, take on gigs, you know. And piercings. And sometimes the tattoo artists would be hanging out in the shop or at a tattoo expo for long enough to learn how to pierce. Because apparently it doesn't take... All my girlfriends did piercing. They pierced their kids. They pierced everybody. They pierced my friends. They pierced themselves. Tattoos, same thing. All of them. It started with Sue. Sue was ahead of her time like that. She was way ahead of her time. Me and Sue's second date, she's wearing this big T-shirt with a picture of dot matrix. I went through a dot matrix laser printer. Nice T-shirt, nice printing job, because I'm into art back then. I'm into printing. I thought I was going to be Warhol if music didn't work out. I was going to be a typesetter. I was going to be a printer. We had, before there was computers out then, but it didn't fucking matter. There was actual print shops that I used to hang out at. Typesetters. You wanted something printed, you had to go to the typesetter. You know? Oh, I want the impact font. It would look just like the Misfits Cough Cool. You're like, no, that's the brush script you're looking for. Impact came later. You'd go down to Broadway or you'd go down to State Street and hang out at and you could get that. I would bring my records into them. That's how I first started going. Right next to Hermes, I think there was one. It'd be like, what's the name of this lettering? And they'd be like, these are called fonts. And when was this record made? I tell them, I don't know, 78, something. Well, it's probably one of 10 fonts, and this looks to be the brush script. That's Cough Cool. That's what you're looking for. Oh. And so, you know, before that, I was going to the library and Xeroxing font books to create titles like ransom letters. And then I found out the font guy's like, I can print that up right now, dude. I have that. And you'd be like, what do you mean you can print that? What do you mean? And they took me in back and they showed me, and he's laying out big iron stamps to print newspapers with or print whatever, and running ink through it. And I'm like, holy shit, it's the Misfits Cough Cool record. I can't believe that. So I started hanging out there every day. But yeah, Sue had this shirt on, and it was printed really fucking nice. Because I asked her, I said, and there was a picture, shut up, dickhead, and there's a picture of a baby on it, a baby's head. And I'm like, why the fuck are you walking around with a t-shirt of a baby? She said, that's me. I'm like, that's you on the t-shirt? She said, yeah. I'm like, you're just a baby? How did you do that? She said, I don't know, my mother did it. She sent away for it. They must have paid a lot for that. But Sue was 14 and she was all tattooed and everything. All the, what is it, 12 places you can be pierced? She was pierced in all of them. Both nipples, clitoris, sternum, cheeks, lips, nose, between the eyes, tongue. Did I miss anything? Okay. No, those were her piercings. And then she started getting more barbells above her nose, through her spikes through her cheek. And, you know, she took that shit seriously. Getting blood, and she would have big, giant barbells in by then. But all the barbells feel good. It's just a matter of knowing what to do with them. And she used to have the one like that in my photo roll. It says "Perfect Cum Slut," that hot little blonde bitch with the blue eyes. She had one like that. where it's just one piercing straight through, one huge ball on the tongue, and the way you get a blowjob from that, the way, and I'm talking, that thing was huge, and she already had a fat long tongue, and just tonguing underneath, and she knew male anatomy because she was giving. She could pierce, like she would do pierce people's balls or dicks all day while I was dating her. And so she knew male anatomy, and she knew where to suck on a dickhead, and she just used to run that thing, drill it up and down, side to side, swoosh, take it in the back, and then roll it down to the front. And she used to change the barbell. Sometimes she had barbells too. She had multiple piercings, but sometimes she just wore one. And then the barbell she would take between your dickhead and rub both sides perfectly because it moves in your mouth. And just, I'll never forget it. Well, I've had a lot of girlfriends since then that have those piercings, but they just don't know how to work a dickhead with it, like Sue did. It'd be the same blow either way, but it would be a special, different blow. Especially, I just remember that getting the one big ball she would put underneath your dickhead, and just that would just make you. That's like a butterfly flick effect it had. That's a different type of blow. That's an experience. This girl was fucking 15. I love her to death. I'll always love Sue to the day I'm dead. She should have been my wife too. But yeah, that gives you like a hard slow-gasm where you just spurt and spurt and spurt. And all gasms are good, but that's what that one would do. Meanwhile, the big barbell would just, that would be it's just like fucking satin. Or just slapping your dick in between the two barbells. Oh, Jesus Christ. The 90s were great. And she had so many tattoos, it was just a matter of which tattoo did I come on. That's how we did it back then. So, I mean, at the shows, you could get pierced, you could get tattooed, I was afraid of needles my whole life. I kind of still am, not really anymore. But back then, it used to make me pass out. I was like a girl. If you put a needle on my arm, I'd get green and I'd turn, and everything would turn white. Get this fucker away from Jen. Shut up. Suck a dick. But the cum, that would just drip. Yeah. Danielle Bergoli knows that. You see her, she's concerned about the blow that she gives Bad Baby. She's concerned with it. You can see her practicing her style. You can see her trying to do a swirl on an imaginary dick with the barbell in, folding her tongue all perfectly like a taco. Like she knows how to blow with the barbell. She does, obviously. And then go up and down, head out, chicken head, and then back to a swirl, and then back to a head bob. And you're like, you're just like she was. You remind me of her in so many ways. You're just a blowjob artist, aren't you? And that's what a man wants. Yeah, but I've since had girls that just don't know, and it's like she's got. I've had the one girl who had 3 barbells in her tongue because she had a real great tongue, and it was kind of, in a way, it was a little bit gross because that's just too much. But yeah, I couldn't. It wasn't like this. You just get a girl who knows how to use her piercing, and you're bound to. And that's what I do. That's what I'm gonna do to your girl. She's gonna come home a different bitch. The back of her neck will be tattooed with my own personal UPC code. I'm gonna tattoo her lip with my dickhead. I'm gonna tattoo the first load I shot on her neck. I traced that shit on there. Send her back like that. Busted, used, broken, bent PTSD bot. Out wandering in the Tunisian desert for too long. Broke down droid. You're not even going to be able to relate to that bitch. It's going to be a culture shock. She's going to have a different dialect, yeah. Send home your summer love. Back a different bitch. Bent, broken, busted, confused bot. Disinterested bot. You put your dick in her and she's falling asleep. She's used to different shit now. She's used to different. That's how I did it. Why don't you pull my hair, fucker? And you got real mad. What? I'm trying to fuck you. I don't need to pull your hair. Yes, you do. Pull my fucking hair. Pull it harder. You can't even relate to her anymore. That's what and you think it's a faraway thing, like that's not going to happen. Let's hope it doesn't. But if I set my eyes on that bitch, that's how she will be programmed. I will unlock features in her she did not know she had. I'm not talking about chauvinist. I'm going to call her, you my little piggy? You my little cum pig? Yeah. Eyes watering, nodding. Yes. Hits the spot for her. You my beautiful little pig. Fucking love you. You know what you do to this dick, girl? Yeah. You're so fucking pretty. You'd be so pretty with my cum all over your face. You're a little girl. That's what she gets used to. She wants gold stars and she wants to know she's doing good. The way you silently fuck her with that boring dick and that boring flow, it's gonna be like holding hands. Well, I prefer to get, she doesn't care about. She prefers this dick. This dick manhandles. This dick knows the pleasure principles within her pussy. This dick has studied her. Once I unlock that in your little bitch, that's why bitches cheat. You understand that? I'll give them something that they never had. Like Chuck D said, I'll give you something that you never had. Yeah. I'll use pharmaceuticals to do it. I love fucking your girl, and I can't wait to find out who she is because I'm gonna do it in one way or the other through the internet, any which way but loose, any which way I can with your bitch. I'm gonna, and if she's a good bitch and she wants it, she knows she's a good judge of character. She's like, I want to fuck with her. I want to fuck with her. And she does. And then we're going to turn you out on Facebook like that. Turn you into a little fucking joke. Because you deserve it. You thought you were funny. Posting fake links on your Facebook and shit. That's how you got the idea to do this with YouTube. My little kingdom. Your little electric kingdom. They're going right to your dick end.